Hey, this is Cam with Blacktail Studio, and this week I'm going to show you how I did this ceiling winch setup so I can move heavy things around. I'm also going to show you how I almost killed myself with it, so stick around for all that. This actually ended up being a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I ordered a 110 volt, which is if you're in the US, you're going to want to make sure to get a 110. You'll see a lot of 12 volt or 24 volt winches out there. Those are for ATVs, so make sure you get a 110 volt. I'll include a link to the one I purchased. It was rated at like 1,300 pounds, which is way more than I'll ever put on it. Just wanted a little bit of overkill. So yeah, pretty happy with the winch I got. Just make sure you get a 110 volt just for a regular house outlet. I don't know a ton about these types of winches. Based on reviews, this one had pretty good reviews. It's super heavy, works good so far, so that's as much as I can say. I'm mounting it as they recommended with this Unistrut, which I got at Home Depot. I'll also include a link to that because I think you can get that on Amazon too. So I'll have a link to both the winch and the Unistrut in the description. But yeah, here's what we got to work with. I'm going to install one straight to that heavy-duty beam, which is obviously going to be best. The other one I'm going to have to span a few different ceiling joists, which should be pretty strong, but not as strong as the beam. I went with the heaviest duty Unistrut that they had at Home Depot. I believe this was 12 gauge. It's actually really heavy, so I feel pretty confident that it's going to be plenty strong enough. And all I'm doing here is just cutting it to length with my recip, which the iPhone image stabilization really didn't like. You can see how this mounts it has a bit of a gap since it's going to be going over the top, so I wanted that gap to be uniform across the top so it wasn't kind of digging into the drywall on the ceiling. And to install, I'm just going to use these 3/8 inch by 3 inch lag bolts that obviously drilling some pilot holes for. And you'll see here in just a second how I'm going to mount this is drilling all my pilot holes now. I'm going to bolt in one side. Then I'm going to slide these brackets that I'm testing out on the winch just to show you how they work. I'm going to slide those in over the bar and then bring the winch up last and bolt it all together, if that makes sense. So here it took just a little bit of wiggling to get it in the right place. Once I have it roughly into place, I'm going to bolt the other side down so it can hold the winch. You can see there I added 5 of these 3/8 inch bolts, so that should be plenty strong. And this was not a very difficult project, but the hardest part was probably trying to hold this up here and lining up those bolt holes. So that took a little bit of wiggling. Kind of needed a winch to winch up the winch, but overall wasn't too bad. The nice thing about this winch is it actually was right next to my garage door opener, so I was able to plug it into that outlet. The process for the second winch was basically the same as the first, except for I was having to drill directly into ceiling joists. So my ceiling joists are going perpendicular, so it is important not to put all this weight into one joist, so they're spanning 5 different joists. So other than that, pretty much the exact same process as the first winch. I was pretty excited to test these out, and the heaviest thing I had quick access to was this jointer, which I caught some flack on Instagram for lifting it by the wings there, and they're not wrong. You're not supposed to lift the jointers by the wings, but I really wanted something heavy before I was going to put this super expensive table I'm working on under the winches. So don't lift your jointer like that, but mine is still fine. I still tested it out. This was the first real test, and actually the reason I put these ceiling winches in was for this 10-foot table I'm building, and it weighs about 700 pounds with everything attached to it. You can see how the truck will sag here in just a second when we set the weight down. So I would call it a pretty big success. Not everything is a success in my shop, so watch this. Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I did want to show you kind of the D-ring and shackle setup that I came up with, and I'll have links to all this stuff down below because I had to play around with a bunch of different styles to find something that worked well for this particular project. Also, these nylon straps worked really well, and I've done this a handful of times since dropping that first one. Haven't had any problems since, so I think I've got it figured out now, and this is how it's supposed to work. Okay, that's the whole video. I really appreciate you making it this far. If I left anything out, please feel free to ask me in the comments. I'm pretty good about getting to every one of those. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to have links to everything in the description. So thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more just like it.